You guys want to know some cool country facts? Or just one, really? These things here, these stacks of rocks by Gates, these are called Gideons. You know, I've always asked my parents if this is what I was named after, and they refuse to answer, so I think we can take that as a yes. Chipmunks also love them. They live in them. Hey guys, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we have first impressions of 3 knives. First impression videos are really cool. I like making them, and in a lot of ways they kind of seem like a channel cheat code content. You know, I mean, I don't have to do any work for these videos. I just have to get a knife and be like, yes, right off the bat, here's what I think of this object. You know, I haven't carried it or used it. I don't have any notes about it. I literally just get it in the mail, and I'm like, I'll just film myself talking about this thing just off the cuff for a couple of minutes. And you know what? They get decently good views, too. So, you know, low effort, high output. What more could you want? You know, they also tend to be watched very well, too. You know, with a lot of, you know, I look at my channel analytics and, you know, it shows how much people or how long into a video people watch. And so, you know, I'll have a video that's like 25 minutes long and average view duration is 5 minutes. I'm like, so they only watch me do the cutting. Actually, I think what it is people just skipping through to see what they want, but whatever. You know, if I was really ornery, I would make a separate first impressions video for each of these 3 knives. Squeeze as many views out of you guys as I can. But I like you guys, and I'm nice, so we're not going to do that. Let's go ahead and start on this. Got that little deer fly. Let's go ahead and start with this one. This is a brand new knife. The other 2 are not, well, one of them might be fairly new. I'm not sure. But this knife is brand new for 2022, and it is the CJRB Caldera. This was a knife that I had to get. I'm a big fan of CJRB, and it's called the Caldera. It's a geology term. I had to get it, right? As a geologist, my hands were tied. But what do I think about the knife itself? Right off the bat, the ergonomics are fantastic. This is a big knife. It is a big knife. There's a good look at it. Obviously, I went for the blue version. There's also a red version, which looks really, really cool, but I'm kind of a bitch for blue, so blue it was. Ergonomics, really good back here. You have this choy you can choke up into. Got this little dip right here you can get in. Really, really nice ergonomics. The blade, I think, is going to be amazing. We've got this flat grind. It comes down, gets pretty thin. I think this is just going to be an amazing slicer. Really excited about that. The pocket clip, I've had it in my pocket, and it's okay. It's an okay clip. It is reversible. That's cool. The action on this knife, the detent is actually pretty weak. Not a big fan of that. Of course, you can get it. The best way to deploy this knife that I've found so far, thumb flick. Works fantastic. That hole is shaped just right for a really, really solid thumb flick. Really like that. The reverse flick, I mean, you can get, but the hole just feels a little bit weird for a reverse flick for me. But, you know, you can get it. Centering is good. No blade play. It's rock solid. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to testing this out. Hopefully, I can make the action better by taking it apart, cleaning it up, lubing it, stuff. Maybe the detent will just break in. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. But CJRB Caldera, really cool knife. I like the looks too. It's very unique. I love the multicolor G10 that we've got going on. Again, the ergonomics are nice. So closing action's good. Closing action's really good, as you'd expect with a big blade like this. Not a very thick blade, but definitely big as in broad. It's a substantial boy. But yeah, not super heavy either, so that's cool. AR RPM 9 steel. I love that steel. I said we were going to be done with this knife, but I guess I'm still talking. I love AR RPM 9, so okay, now we'll be done. Really looking forward to testing this, carrying it, using it. Mwah. That was weird. Whoa, that was really weird. We're not going to do that again. Moving on, and hopefully not being quite so weird. Let's go ahead and take a look at a Kubey. This is the Kubey Drake. This is a knife that I've been wanting to check out for a long time, and then I just kept pushing it back, and finally I was like, you know what? We're going to do it. So here it is, of course, in blue, because we already talked about blue and me and our relationship. First impressions of this knife, it's a big knife, but it's a lot slimmer than the Caldera we looked at. G10, which is really interesting G10 actually. I don't know what it is, but it's got like a, yeah, get closer. Zoom in on that camera. I don't know if it's picking that up, but it's got a, I don't know, it's got a very interesting texture. It almost feels painted. Like, it almost kind of feels like painted wood. Which, I mean, it's G10, it's not painted wood. So it's a little bit weird. But I like it a lot. Thick boy. Thick boy. Very, very substantial. But I like that because it is so comfortable in hand. Oh, it's a dream. You have this choil here. Very, very comfortable. I don't see myself choking up into this choil too often while I'm using this. We'll see what happens. Austin blade. I've had some of Kubey's Austin before. It's okay. Max to Chuck design. Awesome. It's leaking like this yellow urine oil from the pivot, which is odd. Another thing I thought kind of odd that I'm just noticing right now. See if we can see that. Do you see how high that detent ball hole is? It's way up here. Interesting. I don't know if that means anything or not, but it's kind of cool, at least. Centering is good and everything. I like the titanium pocket clip in the hand. No issues at all. I cannot impress enough how comfortable this knife is. It is, mwah, chef's kiss, supremely comfy. Liner lock. Lockup looks good. Rock solid. Action is good. You can flip it, finger flick it, and you can thumb flick it. Again, kind of like with that Caldera, the finger flick seems a little odd. Thumb flick is definitely better, but whatever. I like the chamfering here. Again, nice thick boy. Looks like big hardware, probably T8 all over. Little tiny flipper tab, but it works great. Love the blade shape. Kind of reminds me of the Ferrum Forge Dow, I think is what it is. I might be misremembering. But, yeah, good jimping. Pretty cool knife, if you ask me. Okay, moving on to the last knife. And this one's a little bit different. It's kind of an oddball. Kind of a goofy goober. This is the... crap. I don't know what this knife is called, but it's an S-Tec. What is S-Tec? I don't know. I saw this knife on Amazon. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick that up. So I did, and I'm glad I did. It's a budget knife. This was under $30, $30 or under. Axis lock style, very aggressive, tactical looking knife. 8CR14 blade steel, which at the price is good. I gotta say, the action out of the box is very good for a budget crossbar lock. Very good indeed. You have a fuller, not quite sharp. Well, I guess you can deploy off a fuller, but that works great. Slow roll is excellent. The lockup, I felt Benchmade's less solid. Very just, look at that. It's a very tactical looking bruiser of a knife, very chunky, surprisingly comfortable. I can feel that clip. Look at that. Yeah, that kind of that gets me right in the palm balls. And although if I choke up, I can just barely feel it. Interesting knife. I'm definitely looking forward to testing it. And I want to ask you guys, would you like me to do another installment of Cheap Knife Week? You'll remember a couple months back, I did Cheap Knife Week, where I took a bunch of like sub $30 knives and I reviewed them all, kind of, you know, as ultra budget options. I posted the reviews all in a week. I have a playlist about it. You can check those out if you haven't seen them. But if you have seen them, would you like to see another Cheap Knife Week? And this would be one of the knives featured. I have a couple of other knives that could probably be featured as well. But yeah, there's that one. Anyways, first impressions done. There's 3 knives. And hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed making it. And I've been Gideon. I'll see you in the next one. Adios.